Alrighty, it is PlayStation 2 time. This is one of my newer collections. This in PS1, I've only been collecting for I don't know, about 3 years. PS2 is a weird one for me because when it came out, in 2000, it was kind of a weird time for me. I did get one, but it just wasn't kind of my favorite console, really. And I was super into PC gaming at the time. And so I just didn't really didn't really get super into the PlayStation 2 era. There are some awesome games, obviously, but some of these games, I have never played, and also they're kind of dated, so it's hard for me to go back and play some of these PS2 games. But anyways, my collector bug in me still is collecting them, and I have 250 now. I think I had around 220 last year, so I do have a significant amount more. And let's get into it. Let's see what we got. I do have a PS2 Slim over there. I think you can see it. And hooked up to the CRT, and that is about all PS2 that I have. I don't have a fat PS2, but I use that PS2 Slim basically to play PS2 and PS1 games on the CRT. If I want a real old school flavor. But yeah, let's do this. We're going to start off with 007 games, just like PS3. We've got 007 Everything or Nothing. Now we're in the Pierce Brosnan era of 007. 007 Nightfire. I have a sealed copy of 13. I always thought that was a cool game because it was kind of cel-shaded, but I never did play it. 24 the game. Never watched the show. Ace Combat 4. Airborne Troops. Alien Hominid. That one's got a rough cover. Some of the PS2 games, I'm not as picky about. American Chopper. Same, I've got a bunch in lots, so I have a lot of weird games. The Ant Bully. Ark the Lad. Twilight of the Spirits. Army Men Green Rogue. Got the Atari Anthology. It's a collection of old Atari games. Now, I did play some of these back in the PS2 days. ATV Off-Road Fury. Got ATV Off-Road Fury 2. And I've got ATV Off-Road Fury 3. And ATV Off-Road Fury 4. Love Bad Boys. Never played Bad Boys Miami Takedown. I'll try that one day. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Bard's Tale. We got Batman Begins. Batman Vengeance, which is an animated Batman. Big Mother Truckers. Big Mother Truckers 2. I don't know what those games are, but I'm going to try those eventually. Bionicle. I remember this game, not liking it very much, but Black. Boogie. I think that's a rhythm game, maybe a dance game. Brave. The Seventh something. The Search for the Spirit Dancer. Okay. Brother in Arms Earned in Blood. Brother in Arms Road to Hill 30. Bully, another game I've always wanted to play. Rockstar game. I've heard it's really good. Never played it. We've got Burnout Dominator. I did play some Burnout games back in the day. Burnout Paradise, specifically on PS3. Burnout Revenge. Duh. And then Burnout 3 Takedown. Now we're getting into the Call of Duties. I did not play PS2 Call of Duties. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Call of Duty 2 Big Red One. And Call of Duty 3. We got Conflict Desert Storm. And Conflict Desert Storm 2. I didn't play this Crash game either. Crash Bandicoot and the Wrath of Cortex. I'd like to. Crazy Taxi. I remember playing that. I loved Dark Cloud. I do remember playing this game a lot. It's like a build your own city, dungeon crawlery, RPG type game. I don't remember Dark Cloud 2. It's once again, I kind of dropped out of the PS2, and like, so I have memories of some games, and some games I don't know, I missed out on them. Black Hawk Down, Demon Stone, I thought that had a cool cover. Destroy All Humans, I need Destroy All Humans 2, I think there is a sequel on PS2. Yep, I've got all the Devil May Cries. Once again, I've never played Devil May Cry. Got Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3, the special edition. I got Disney's Cars, Disney's Finding Nemo, and Disney's Treasure Planet. I love Treasure Planet and Finding Nemo. Downhill Domination, a game that I have played recently and played a bunch back in the day. It was like part of the Road Rash team created a game where you can throw water bottles and people and stuff. Great game. Really fast-paced racing, combat racing. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. I did play some Budokai games back in the day. Budokai 2. I don't have Budokai 3. I need to get it. Budokai Tenkaichi. This is a recent pickup, Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I think it's more of a, I don't know if it's a fighting game or not. I think it's more of an RPG, but it doesn't have the best reviews. Driver 3. Drone Racers. Enter the Matrix. Cool cover. Never played the game. Eternal Ring. Family Guy, the video game. Always wanted to play that. Falling Stars. Fantastic Four, the OG. Final Fantasy X. Played and beat Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X-2. Played and beat Final Fantasy X-2. Final Fantasy 12. I talked about this in the PS2 Collection. I tried to get back into that. I've given it so many chances. I just can't get into Final Fantasy 12. But for both of them, I have these cool, sweet steelbooks. Even my PS2 version of it, I have a cool, sweet steelbook. Just the combat is just not my cup of tea. All right, row number 2. Ford Racing 2. I don't think there's a Ford Racing 1 on PS2. Garfield Lasagna World Tour. The Getaway. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. It's like a GoldenEye spinoff. Gran Turismo 3. Once again, I'm not into the super realistic racers. I like the more arcadey or combat ones. Gran Turismo 4. This is a game I played a ton on PS2. Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, it was revolutionary back then. Of course, I've played San Andreas as well. And Vice City. I know a lot of people have big affection for those. I just remember 3 the most. Once again, I probably didn't play the other 2 a ton. But 3, I remember a lot. Gun. Headhunter Redemption. Some of this is shovelware, like High Rollers Casino. And Disney High School Musical Sing It. I do have some singing games, so that's probably why I've held on to it. History Channel Battle for the Pacific. Hitman Blood Money. I've never played a Hitman game. This is Hitman Contracts. Played a little Hot Shots Golf. Got Hot Shots Golf 3 and Hot Shots Golf 4. I did play some Hot Wheels games back in the day. I've got Stunt Track Challenge and Velocity. Jak and Daxter. I think I talked about this in the PS3 because I have the collection. This is Naughty Dog games I have never played. But I do have them. I have Jak and Daxter. I've got Jak 2. I've got Jak 3. And then we've got Jak X Combat Racing. I think I've tried this, but didn't really do anything for me because I've never played Jak and Daxter. Jaws Unleashed. Jeopardy. Alex Trebek there. Juiced. KO Round 2. KO the Kangaroo. Now we're getting into some music games. We got Karaoke Revolution. Karaoke Revolution American Idol. Got Karaoke Revolution. Is that the same thing? Oh, the other one was Karaoke Revolution Party. Then we got Karaoke Revolution Volume 2. And I don't know why they still don't want to come out of here. Karaoke Revolutions want to stay in their shelf. Get out. Karaoke Revolution 3. Worth it. I know you guys really want to see the Karaoke Revolution games. Goodness gracious. Killzone. I did not play the original Killzone. Played 2 and 3 on PS3, but never played the original one on PS2. I'm sure it's grand. Never played Kingdom Hearts. I would like to, but I have them both. 1 and 2. I have them on PS3 and on PS4. So I would probably pay the PS4 versions. Kaya. Dark Lineage. Not sure. Legacy of Kain Defiance. Got some Lego games. We've got Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Racers 2. Lego Star Wars the video game. I wondered if that's like the first Lego Star Wars game. Lethal Skies. Looney Tunes. Back in action. We got some Lord of the Rings game. We got Return of the King. The Third Age. And the Two Towers. The Mark of Cree. We got Max Payne. Max Payne 2. The Fall of Max Payne. We got some Medal of Honor games. We got European Assault. Frontline. And Vanguard. Call of Duty Vanguard. Mega Man X Command Mission. I think that's one of my more profitable or more expensive PS2 games. These are pretty expensive too. Metal Gear Solid 2, the Substance version, which is like a deluxe version. And same thing with Metal Gear Solid 3. Or maybe it's, Substance and Substance. I don't know. I never was a big Metal Gear guy. Midnight Club, the original launch game of Midnight Club 2. We've got Midway Arcade Treasures 1. Once again, I like the Midway classic games. This is Midway Arcade Treasure 2. I have the PS3 collection of Midway games. It's probably those same games would be my guess. Minority Report. Love the movie. Minority Report, Everybody Runs. Be an interesting game to check out. Mojo. More shovelware. Monster Jam. Maximum Destruction. We got one Mortal Kombat game, Deception. I know there's a bunch of more Mortal Kombat PS2 games. Shaolin Monks. Motocross Mania 3. Then we do have MX versus ATV Unleashed. Pretty sure that game's on PS3. Or some version of it is. It's these last games don't want to come out of here. Namco Museum. All right, row number 3. Getting into the Need for Speed games. We got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. It was a good game. I did play that. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I played the PS3 version of that game. I never played this one. So I think people still like that game. I do have Need for Speed Underground, the first one. I don't have Underground 2 yet. I know a lot of people like those. I'm not a big street racing guy. Goodness. Okami. This game just got announced to finally get a sequel at the Game Awards here recently. Still never played Okami. I have the HD remake on PS4, I think. I would like to try it out before the sequel comes out. Animushu. Warlords. Got Orphan Scion of Sorcery. I think this is another launch game. I got Pac-Man Fever, and then Pac-Man World 2, and some more shovelware and Pinball, the Gottlieb Collection. Got a Pirates game, The Legend of the Black Pearl, or Black Jack Sparrow, The Legend of Jack Sparrow. Gosh, I can't read today. This is a PopCap Hits Volume 1. I think there was only ever one volume, and it's got Bejeweled and I think like Breakout or something. Astro Pop, which I think is a Breakout game, which is probably why I got that, because I like the Breakout games. I like Bejeweled too. Powerdrome, Primal. Now we're into the old PS2 Prince of Persias. We got the Sands of Time, the Two Thrones, Warrior Within, R Racing Evolution. Yep. Now we're to the Ratchets. Played some of these. Ratchet and Clank. Probably played the original. Ratchet Deadlocked, I think, was a more multiplayer focused one. I don't really remember that one. Going Commando. Size Matters. And Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Of course, I have all those in collections on the PS3. Rebel Raiders, Operation Nighthawk. Oh yeah, Red Faction, but more importantly, Red Faction 2. That was our go-to multiplayer game back in the PS2 games. Everybody was playing GoldenEye. This Red Faction 2 had destructible environments, and we memorized these maps front to back, played them nonstop. This was our couch co-op multiplayer, kind of the first game that we got super into as kids. Multiplayer. Probably why I still like Call of Duty and this and Unreal Tournament. We played Unreal Tournament a lot too, which I think we'll get to here in a minute. Reign of Fire, love the movie. That's why I got the game to try it out. Resident Evil 4. Not a big Resident Evil guy. Ridge Racer 5. Risk. Like Risk. I don't think I've ever played this one though. Rogue Galaxy. This is one that I've heard is really good that I would like to play. Pretty sure it's an RPG. Rumble Racing I tried. It was okay. Sega Tennis. I mean, I don't know why I have that. That's more shovelware. Shrek Super Slam. Who doesn't love Shrek? Come on. The Sims. I mainly got this. I will never play this. This was such a crappy version, or crappy way to play the original Sims. The PC version is the way to go, but I do remember playing it and it being horrible. Then I have the Sims 2 Pets. Then we have some SingStar games. We got SingStar 80s. SingStar Amped. SingStar Country. SingStar Pop. It'd be interesting to put these in and see the old music. Got SingStar Pop Volume 2. And then SingStar Rocks. Like I said, I have a bunch of mics for PS3 and PS2, and all those games you can like put the music in, swap it out, all kinds of cool stuff. I haven't played them in a while, but Sledstorm. Sly Cooper. Talked about the PS3 collection. I need to play the Sly games. I actually don't even have the second Sly on PS2, which bugs me. Sly and Sly 3. I need to get 2. Smuggler's Run. Smuggler's Run 2. Hostile Territory. SOCOM back in its heyday. We got SOCOM US Navy SEALs. SOCOM 2. SOCOM 3. For some reason they dropped the Roman numerals. And SOCOM Combined Assault. Sonic Heroes. Definitely played some Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 3. Spider-Man games. I have Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. And Spider-Man 3. I also have Spider-Man Friend or Foe. I do remember this game too. Splashdown, Rides Gone Wild, Racing and Sea-Doos, SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, the game, I guess. Spy Hunter. I have one Spyro PS2 game, Enter the Dragonfly. I have SSX, which I'm pretty sure this was a launch PS2 game. And then SSX 3. I Probably need to get SSX2. Here's the only Star Ocean from the PS2 era till the end of time. Star Trek Encounters. And then the first Star Wars Battlefront, which of course I played that as a child. All right, last row. Got Star Wars Battlefront 2. Of course, I played Star Wars Battlefront. I do remember. I even played the remakes on PS4. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. I didn't play that one. Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. My favorite of the prequels. Never played the game. Star Wars Racer Revenge. I played the N64. I think it was the N64 version of this game. And I did like it. The pod racing game. So, that's probably why I got that to try it. Star Wars Starfighter. I never even heard of that one. I got some weird Star Wars games. Star Wars Super Bombad Racing. It's like a kart racing with everybody has giant heads. I'm sure that's a great one. Star Wars The Clone Wars. And I have State of Emergency. Strike Force Bowling. Another shovelware. Stuntman. I think I have a Stuntman on PS3. Okay, so there was 3 PS2 Suikoden games. I played 3 a bunch. I don't remember 4 and 5. Obviously, 2 is like my favorite game ever. That's on PS1 though, and it's one of the most expensive PS1 games you can get. So, but here is Suikoden 3 and Suikoden 4. I don't have Suikoden 5. It's like $100 game. So, one day maybe, but. Beach volleyball, Super Trucker Racing, Tekken Tag Tournament, I think another PS2 launch game, Test Drive, Tetris Worlds, Thrillville, another Tom Clancy Ghost Recon, the first Ghost Recon, we got Ghost Recon 2, we've got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. I was never a big Ghost Recon game. Or a Tom Clancy game in general. We've got Splinter Cell. And Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Got some of the Tomb Raider games. We got this is the Angel of Darkness. I don't think that one has really good reviews. We got Legend. Got some Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk American Wasteland, Tony Hawk Downhill Jam, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, which I'm pretty sure was also a PS1 game that I have, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, got Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, I'm pretty sure I have every Tony Hawk game, Tony Hawk's Underground, and Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Obviously, I was super into Tony Hawk in the PS1 days. I started to fall out of it in PS2, and I don't think I ever played. I like the remaster of 1 and 2 on PS5. I play that still, but I just could never get into the old ones. I think Proving Ground I may have played. Transformers, the game. Trans World Surf, I'm sure that's a great one. Got Tribes Aerial Assault. I remember this game because it had jetpacks and it was cool at the time. A sealed copy of Trigger Man. I think it's shovelware though. Trivial Pursuit. Oh, played a ton of this. Twisted Metal Black. I mean, this was probably, of all the games on PS2, I mean, this is probably one of the ones we played the most. This and Red Factions 2, probably. Great Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal Head On. I didn't even know this game existed until I started collecting for PS2, and I think it's like a PSP game ported to the PlayStation 2. I still have yet to try it. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. We got the Ultimate Board Game Collection. Unreal Tournament. Played a lot of this on PC. I did play Unreal Tournament 3 a lot on PS3. But I played this one too on PS2. I remember playing it. 2004, I think Unreal Tournament 2004, played a lot of that on PC. Very fast-paced shooters. I wish they would do another Unreal Tournament, honestly, because I did enjoy them. Beautiful Joe. I always thought these looked so cool. I never really played very much of them, but I wanted them in the collection because they had such a cool look to them. Beautiful Joe 2.
if I go back and start playing some PS2 games, I'm dropping stuff. Those would be top on the list to try. Wipeout Fusion. Some World Championship cards. Got World Championship Poker. More shovelware. World Champion Poker All In. And then a sealed copy of World Series Poker. And then the 2 games I dropped. We've got X-Men Legends. And X-Men Legends 2. Rise of Apocalypse. And that is it for PS2. This, like I said, is an interesting collection. It's not like I bought a lot of these in lots. I had a couple friends that were getting rid of their PS2 collections. So, it's just not my favorite console. I don't have a ton of memories. Red Faction 2, definitely. Unreal Tournament. Twisted Metal Black, played a lot of that. Just not a ton. Grand Theft Auto 3, I remember playing that. Final Fantasy 10, played that. But overall, it's just a lot of dated stuff for me, and I was playing a lot of PC back then. I'd almost kind of given up on consoles, and then the PS3 brought me back. But there are some games in there that I would love to try, and I do love to collect. And I like playing, like Downhill Domination is a fun game to play on the CRT. Takes you back to the year 2000. That'll do it for PS2. What'd you guys think? And until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.